Your phone is ringing and you know exactly who it is. You are looking at the caller ID and you've been avoiding this call for months because you know the person on the other end is a debt collector. Sure enough, you decide to pick up that phone call and you hear you've got an unpaid debt and I'm calling about it. And your heart drops and you're thinking to yourself, I do. I owe this debt, but I can't pay it. But the debt collector wants his money, and what you say next is going to depend on what happens next. I know this because I have been on the receiving end of these phone calls, and while most of these people who call you aren't total jerks, some can be really bad and even threaten to call your boss or garnish your wages. And today, I am breaking down what debt collectors can legally do, what they can't, and how you can actually protect yourself, especially if your debt is medical debt, which has its own rules. So stick with me, because if you've ever felt scared or pressured by a debt call, you're about to get your power back. If you're new to my channel, it's so nice to see you. My name is Susan Hogan. I'm a consumer reporter. I've been doing this for more than 30 years. And not only have I been on the receiving end of these phone calls, like I said, I have helped countless people get to the other side and find freedom. And that's what I hope to do with you today. So let's talk about how debt collection actually works behind the scenes. So when you fall behind on a credit card or a medical bill or a loan, your original creditor may try to collect for a few months. You might get a couple of letters in the mail, maybe a nice reminder call from the receptionist at your dental office. If that doesn't work, though, they'll either assign the debt to a collection agency or they're going to just sell it to a dead buyer for pennies on the dollar. That's when those phone calls start. So thanks to a law called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you actually do have some protections. So here's what's illegal, no matter what they tell you on the phone. They cannot threaten you with jail, arrest, or sending the police after you. That is completely fake. They can't call you before 8 o'clock in the morning or after 9 o'clock at night. They can't contact you at work if you tell them your employer doesn't allow it. They can't contact your friends or family except to ask how to reach out to you, and even then they can't say it's about a debt. They can't lie about how much you owe or even pretend to be lawyers or government officials. If any of that happens, you need to document it. Write down the time, the name of the person making the threat, and what they actually said. That record could protect you and may even help you file a complaint with the FTC later on. So let's go back to when you picked up that phone call to say hello, and they said that they were the debt collector. All I want you to say is this, and nothing more, is please send me written verification of this debt, and then you just hang up. They are legally required to provide it within 5 days of that phone call. Okay, so let's talk about what they legally can do. So they can contact you by phone, letter, email, even text if it's within legal hours, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They can report the debt to the credit bureaus, though there are some timelines for that, and we'll get to that later on. And they can sue you, but only within your state's statute of limitations, which is usually between 3 and 6 years for most debts. But remember, even if they can sue you, many really won't if you respond and ask for documentation. So when does that unpaid bill actually show up on your credit report? Usually a creditor waits about 90 to 120 days after missed payments before sending it to collections. And once it's reported, that collection account can stay on your credit report for 7 years, even if you pay it off. But remember, paying or settling the debt doesn't remove it. It literally just updates the status to paid collection. Okay, let's talk about medical debt, because this part has changed recently. So earlier this year, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau announced a new rule that would have permanently banned medical bills from credit reports and stopped lenders from using medical debt when deciding whether to approve loans or credit cards. But Unfortunately, that rule was overturned by a federal court, which said the CFPB exceeded its authorities. So as of right now, medical debt can still appear on your credit report, although the three major credit bureaus, which is Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, have already stopped reporting paid medical collections and unpaid medical debts that are under $500. So that means those smaller bills and those that you've paid off should not hurt your credit anymore, but those larger unpaid balances still can. Okay, so if you're contacted by a debt collector, here's what I want you to do immediately. First of all, stay calm on the phone. Don't start yelling and getting all upset. And don't admit that the debt is yours. And don't agree to any payment plan until you verify it. So make sure that you request everything in writing. Never handle collections over the phone only. And keep records of every call, every email, every letter, every text. Know your state's statute of limitations. If the debt is really old, a collector can't sue you for it. But if you make a small payment, you actually could restart that clock. And also, if you're feeling harassed, file a complaint against them, and you can do that at ftc.gov. Now let's talk about negotiating or settling a debt, because once you decide, okay, yep, this is mine, they verified it, they've crossed the T's, they've dotted their I's, let's get you out of this, okay? So if the debt is valid, you can negotiate it down a little bit. Many collectors will accept some sort of settlement for less than the full amount owed. Get any agreement, though, in writing before you pay anything, and make sure it says the payment satisfies the debt in full. You could also work with a nonprofit credit counseling agency to help you negotiate on your behalf as well. So yes, debt collectors can be intimidating, I get it, but once you know your rights, you really are in control. If someone's threatening you, lying to you, or refusing to verify a debt, they're breaking the law. And when it comes to medical debt, all I can tell you is that, yeah, the rules, they just may keep on changing, so stay tuned because I will keep you posted right here. And please hit subscribe for more quick, real-world consumer advice because your money, your credit, and your peace of mind all deserve protection. And I'll see you next time.